Hi everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. 1st of January 2026, so Happy New Year to everyone. And I've come up the allotment to do a little bit of tidying up and to pick some food for lunch or dinner. Yeah, I thought I'd do a video and show you what's happening and potentially a few ideas that I've got. So let's turn the camera around and have a look, shall we? So as I say, I've come up here really to grab some food, and then obviously you get carried away to do a little bit of tidying up as well. So for tonight's meal, as it's going to be a roast, got some beetroot, celeriac, the last of the carrots, which range from the really tiddly pointless to actually decent sizing, a few leeks, some parsnips, and then some chard. So, yeah, that's the veggies taken care of anyway. If I turn the camera back around and then we can have a little look as to where it's all come from. So this top bed here, this is what I started doing a little bit of work on before Christmas, literally just to try and get the perennial kales moved up here. Next to those is where the parsnips are. Variety is Countess, which has been really good this year. Certainly, yeah, just miles better than some of the other varieties I've grown before. Celeriac is there. Welsh onions are there. They're kind of into their dormancy period now. Strawberry cuttings, some gooseberry cuttings on the go, and the gooseberry plant. I mean, down there is that work in progress. That's the flowering border, but we'll kind of ignore that for a little bit. Then within this section here, these are all the new garlic varieties that I've planted. Moles have been back again. Blackcurrant. Underneath here are the dormant rhubarb plants. So probably another month's time, think about covering some of those to force them. When I was saying that, bloody hell, look, little shoot there, that's going to get frosted, or has been frosted. Might need to cover those sooner than later actually. So within here, this is beetroots. I mean, look at the size of some of those, but they're quite happy just nestled together. Obviously start at one end and it still gives them a bit of protection for one another. Really surprised with how well the celery stood up to the cold. You can see that it's weather beaten, but actually loads of fresh growth, which considering we've had down to -2 is surprising, to be honest. Most of that's weed. Fennel I've clipped back today, so just trying to remove some of the dieback on that and see what they do. Garlics within here, again, not really done a lot, to be honest. They're just biding their time. Leeks. So what I've been doing is working through, I guess, the varieties as to which ones hold the longest, and things like Musselburgh and Elephant tend to hold longer than some of the others. So yeah, just kind of working through in the different batching order, if you like. So once these are emptied and cleared, they won't be, or this bed won't be used for leeks again, and probably it'll either be that bed there that hasn't had any leak in, or I'm thinking most likely be this bed here, which last year, or this year I should say, no, last year, Christ, yeah, last year was potatoes. So we'll see where it gets to on that. But at the moment, this is just sitting fallow, not doing its thing at all. Again, I'll just show you this. So before Christmas, this is the bit that I had done, just trying to bulk it up by getting that manure into the bottom and then pulling that bit of soil to the surface, trying to bring those levels back up from way down there to right back to there again. You can see how wet it's been up here, how much the compost has subsided, disappeared, because again this is my dwarf Jerusalem artichoke bed, which these thistles, teasel and the artichoke plants, well, they're probably down level with almost the base of the scaffold boards, so that really needs doing. These need sorting out after they got pulled out, but you can see all the Jerusalem artichoke tubers doing their thing. So onto this bed, got the shallots, some leek, celery, the cabbage offamum with interplanted of beetroots, chard, interplanted with leeks there, the Romanesco cabbage, cauliflowers, interplanted with some leeks, and then this is what I've just been doing, is open up this back end of the tunnel to try and get some weed out of there, because it's like a jungle. Cavolo Nero, might grab some of those leaves for tonight's dinner as well, and then interplanted with a few shallots, which are looking a little bit spindly, but I think that's just because they've been under that cover and also competing against the weeds. So yeah, the Cavolo Nero, that's going to be nice and happy under there. At least won't get any aphids on it at all. This bed here, quite frankly, I can't remember what I put in here. Was this the... oh yeah, sand leeks are in there. Then Babington leek, yeah, Babington leeks are in there. And then I just had a row of elephant garlic as point of separation. All the onions doing their thing. Little rogue block of garlic in there just as my sort of divider. And then this bed here, so the more newly planted fennel, which would be good for the foliage for next year. The chard, I mean, look at the stem colours, just lovely. But you can see winter damage, stems have collapsed, gone a bit manky, but then the fresh stuff comes back through nicely. Perpetual spinach, absolutely loads on that. We've not needed any, or it's not needed for tonight, so that can kind of stay as it is. Then within this section, these are elephant garlic all the way up to here. Most of them have come up. Might need a little bit of a weed soon. Then there's the giant Russian garlic there, the walking Egyptian onions, and then soft neck garlics are in here. Again, not all have come up, but most. That was the dahlia bed, so that's basically just going to sit as is until I get some more manure to do that. And then this was also a little bit of what I've done today. So I pulled the carrot out of here that had been growing. Needed to replace a couple of the clips, so where the cover had been on and we'd had strong winds at the back end of the autumn, it literally just pulled this section up and yeah, just snapped the brackets there. So yeah, just for the time being scraped away the soil from the frame just to try and keep the frame a little bit cleaner, stop it rusting up quite so quickly. And then this is going to be the next section that I do a bit more work to. My plan is, I've got some of these offcuts of wood. My plan is to line those on the inside, which will then allow for a bit of separation between the frame of the tunnel and the soil, and allow me to bring up the soil level a little bit. And then within the front, just got the shallots on the go there. Let's show you this as well. So I've had this in the garage for absolutely ages, an old butler sink. It has got a crack through one side, but I'm going to see if I can seal that and then think about doing that as a well, maybe a little sunken pond. I've still done absolutely nothing with the horseradish there. Artichoke is phenomenal, absolutely, yeah, takes everything. And then the carrot there, again, that's quite happy, just sitting there, slightly protected with the foliage, and that hopefully will give me some seed for next year. Compost bin looking nice and full, and then this is the one that I started working through. Also did this morning, just sort of reworked the bird hanger, put in a new piece of wood so it's all not snapped, and put some mealworm on for the robin, keep him well fed. And yeah, you can just sort of see that obviously he's up and down here, but that is where we're at in terms of the allotment. When I get back, I'll show you a few things that are happening in the greenhouse. Well, I'm back, but I'm still at the allotment. I've been here an hour and a half. Cleaned up this bed here, so weeded it, stripped off all the old foliage from the chard, and then I've done this bed as well. Looks amazing, actually. You can see all the ground, see the leeks, look, you can see those. Thinned out the cauliflower plants because I had planted them as multiples, so I've thinned them down to one plant per section. Same with the cabbage. Haven't thinned down the Cavolo Nero, but again you can see the shallots. So yeah, I feel feel quite inspired actually. Now I can see that bed, and all of a sudden it doesn't look quite so daunting. But yeah, I literally did that first section as you saw when I was doing the video, and then felt alright, so did another section and then felt alright still, so carried on. And it's one of those, as my back holds out, well, make use of it I suppose, but knowing when to stop. So yeah, it is time to stop now because that bed's done. So I'm going to stick the cover on and go home. Okay, so I'm finally home, back in the greenhouse. Thought I'd show you what's going on. So dahlias, not really doing a lot. These are the yellow chrysanthemums from the allotment. Brought these back last week. Still haven't set them up as yet, but they just need to be set up in the tray of compost, put on the heated bench. Amongst there, well, they're all dahlias again. They're not doing a lot. Odd one, getting a bit of fresh growth, but the main thing is that actually they're drying off quite nicely, or have dried off quite nicely. Still got the lemongrass, a couple of the chilies we've used, but still plenty on there. Yeah, other bits and pieces, well, all the dahlias on the go. Got a new section of ginger on the go there, so that's literally just sitting there to allow it to develop. Then what we got there, onions. Oh yeah, here's onions, giant onions, some Spanish onion, Kelsey onion, and Bulgarian giant leeks. Elephant garlic corms gradually coming up. Within there, what does that say? Oh, Spanish onion. So Spanish onions there. Some more Spanish onions. And then within here, God, they've popped up. So some elephant leeks, mammoth blanching. There will be some blue soleils and musselburgh. So that's all of those ones in there. Lemons, not really doing there too much. And then last but not least, then got the broad beans in here and some wild garlic bulbs that are divided up from the main plants. And that is basically it. When I said that is basically it, I had kind of forgotten about here. So these are the wild garlic, which I had my clump that was in the big pot that used to reside here, and I lifted it, divided them all up. So I've actually planted 2 troughs and a pot. So the troughs have got 4 sections in each now, and the pot's got another 3, and then I've still got the clumps that are in the bed over there, so they're hopefully give me plenty. Still got the black currants to tie in, still have the apple to prune, but yeah, is what it is. So that's the video done, first video of the year done. Amazing. And to be honest, with the weather being as mild as it has been today, it's been really nice to be outside. Great to be up the allotment, even if it's just been to do a little bit of weeding. And yeah, it just makes you feel as though spring's not that far away. We are due to get some snow this week, so see how that pans out. But the main thing is, as always really, is to be a little bit organised, plan what I'm going to be doing, and have, I suppose, a methodology in how I'm going to achieve that. So yeah, video done. If you've got any questions, then please send questions to me. If you've liked the video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so you don't miss out on the future videos, especially as this is the first of the 2026 allotment diary one. So till next time, bye for now.